is hard to imagine Blondie without that electric heartbeat pounding behind every track. That driving force, that rhythm you felt deep in your chest, yes, that was Clem Burke. And now, after a private fight with cancer, that beat has gone quiet. Clem Burke, the legendary drummer who helped shape the sound of one of punk rock's most influential bands, has passed away at the age of 70. Let that sink in for a second. 70 years of life, nearly 50 of them spent laying down rhythms that moved crowds, lit up radios, and set dance floors on fire. Can you picture the Blondie you know without him? Probably not, and you would not be wrong. The news came Monday, straight from Blondie's official Instagram account. The tribute was emotional, raw, and full of love, a final note for a man who kept the tempo not just on stage but in the lives of those around him. According to the post, Clem was not merely a drummer. He was, quite literally, the heartbeat of Blondie. And they meant it. He joined the band in 1975, back when punk was still finding its voice, and stuck around for every album, every tour, every reinvention. Every time Blondie evolved, Clem's drums were the steady ground beneath their feet. Even when things got wild, and they often did, he was always there, hammering out the beat like a lighthouse in a storm. But Clem's legacy does not stop with Blondie. Oh no, far from it. A self-declared rock and roll survivalist, and honestly, could there be a better title? Clem collaborated with a list of artists so long and iconic, it practically reads like a Hall of Fame roll call. The Eurythmics, the Ramones, Bob Dylan, Iggy Pop, Joan Jett, and even the Go-Go's. The man had range, and he had staying power. Not just a one-band wonder, but a musical chameleon who left a little piece of himself in every project he touched. So, what made Clem Burke that guy? The one everyone wanted behind the kit? It was not just his skill, though make no mistake, he was a monster on the drums. It was his energy, his unrelenting passion, that spark in his eyes when he played, the way he seemed to become the music, not just perform it. It was contagious. You felt it whether you were in the front row of a sold-out show or listening to a record in your room. And if you ever met him, you would not forget it. Fellow musicians described him as a beacon, vibrant, driven, and deeply human. That mix of rock star bravado and humble grit is rare. Clem had both, in spades. Now, as fans flood social media with messages of gratitude and grief, one thing becomes crystal clear: this man touched lives. Whether through his beats or his spirit, he left a mark. One user wrote, "Your rhythm lives on. Thank you for the magic." Another called him a true rock and roll savant. And honestly, how else could you describe him? He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Blondie back in 2006, but let's be real, his legacy was never about awards. It was about moments. The thunder behind Heart of Glass. The fire in Call Me. The grit in One Way or Another. Those were not just songs. They were pulses of a generation. So, what now? The Blondie family has asked for privacy as they grieve. And they deserve it. But as fans, maybe the best way to honor Clem Burke is not with silence but with sound. Put on your favorite Blondie track. Play it loud. Feel the drums. Remember the man who gave his whole soul to every beat. Because Clem's not really gone, is he? He is still there, tucked into every cymbal crash, every snare roll, every explosive rhythm that made you want to move. The heartbeat of Blondie may have stopped, but the music? The music will never stop. Godspeed, Clem. And thank you, for everything.